I, 38M, never thought I'd be writing something like this. 12 years of marriage ended 3 nights ago with a declaration. Not a fight, not a tearful confession. A declaration. My wife, Qley, 35F, sat across from me at the dinner table, pushed her barely touched plate away, and sighed. It was a theatrical sigh, the kind that demanded a question. What's wrong? I asked. Qley, I just can't do this anymore, Mark. This life, it's so beige. I deserve better than this boring life with you. I remember just staring at her, trying to process it. We weren't struggling. We had a nice house, 2 cars, and what I thought was a comfortable, stable life. Boring? Maybe, but I thought it was a good boring. The kind you build on. Me, you deserve better, I repeated. It wasn't a question. Qley, yes. I need passion, excitement. I'm wasting my best years. I want a divorce. There it was. For a second, my chest felt tight. But then something else kicked in. A strange, cold calm. She wasn't sad. She was expectant, like she had ordered a different meal and was waiting for the waiter to fix the mistake. Me, you absolutely do, I said. Her face flickered with surprise. I think she expected begging. You deserve the life you want. Let's make that happen. The next morning, while she was out, probably telling her sister, Lisa, how brave she was, I started making it happen. I didn't get angry. I got organized. Step 1. Lawyer up. I called a highly recommended family law attorney. I explained the situation, her exact words. He gave me some immediate, clear advice. Don't move out. Don't make any large financial moves. Document everything. Step 2. The spreadsheet of truth. I spent the morning creating a detailed spreadsheet. I'm a numbers guy. It's what I do. Asterisk assets. The house. It was a premarital inheritance from my grandmother, and the deed is solely in my name. My lawyer confirmed it was my ironclad defense. My investment portfolio? Same deal. Started with inherited money before I ever met Qley. I never commingled those funds. Asterisk debts? This was the interesting part. 2 joint credit cards. Over the years, Qley had used them for lifestyle maintenance. Designer clothes, spa days, trips with friends. The total? Around $38,000. I had always paid the bills from my income. Asterisk other assets. We have 2 cars. One is my sedan, paid off. The other is her SUV, which is in her name and also paid off. At least that's simple. Step 3. A new beginning. I went online and found 3 listings for studio apartments for rent in a decent part of town. I printed out the applications. When she came home that evening, I was waiting at the kitchen table. Me, I did some work today to help you get started on your new, exciting life. I slid the printed apartment applications across the table. Then, I turned my laptop around to show her the debt tab on my spreadsheet with a neat little column showing Qley's share, $19,000. Her smile vanished. What is this? Is this a joke? Me, it's a fresh start. This is what half of our shared debt looks like. The house and my investments are non-marital assets, legally speaking. My lawyer confirmed it. This debt, however, is ours to split. She just stared, speechless. For the first time, a flicker of panic in her eyes. The curtain had been pulled back, and the machinery of consequences was starting to whir. Her lawyer called mine the next day, asking if we'd reconsider the terms. My lawyer's response was simple. The only terms being considered are the ones dictated by state law. We suggest your client gets a handle on her budget. Update 1. The entitlement escalates. It's been 2 weeks since Qley moved in with her sister, Lisa, 37F, and the fallout has been predictable. Her call after stewing over the spreadsheet for a day was spirited. Qley, you expect me to pay $19,000. Are you insane, Mark? That's financial abuse. Me, it's half of the debt accumulated on joint cards, Qley. I have the statements. The handbag store, the resort spa, the weekly lunches, that was your spending. Qley, that was for us. For our life. So I look good, so the house looked good. You can't just saddle me with that. Me, I'm not. The legal system will. You wanted out of the boring life. The exciting one costs money. Your money now. I could hear her sister Lisa in the background, feeding her lines. Tell him he's a monster. Then Lisa got on the phone. Lisa, I can't believe you, Mark. After everything Qley has given up for you, she supported your career by making a beautiful home. Me, a beautiful home that I own and paid for. What exactly did she give up, Lisa? She hasn't worked in a decade. Lisa, she's a creative. You're just trying to punish her for wanting to be happy. Me, I'm not punishing her. I'm granting her wish. She's free. I hung up and blocked Lisa's number. Dirty trick number 1. The concerned friend. Last Thursday, I got a call from HR. An anonymous email had been sent from a concerned friend, claiming I was showing signs of extreme stress and instability and might be a risk. It was so transparently Qley's work. She knows my job is high pressure. Thankfully, my boss knows me. I was called into a meeting and calmly explained, my wife and I are divorcing. She is not happy with the financial realities of her decision. My work has not been and will not be affected. They reviewed my activity, saw nothing, and the issue was dropped with a note about a non-credible external complaint. My lawyer loved it. He said it added to a pattern of malicious behavior. The official letter from her lawyer arrived yesterday. It demands 50% of the house's value, $5,000 a month in permanent spousal support, and for me to pay her legal fees, all based on the narrative that she was a homemaker who sacrificed her career potential. My lawyer and I drafted our response. It was short, reiterating that the assets were non-marital and we would not be offering spousal support. We attached the debt spreadsheet again for good measure. Last night, I got a text from Qley, breaking her own lawyer's only rule. Qley's text, Mark, please. I have nothing. You have everything. How is that fair? I made a mistake. Let's just go back. I took a screenshot, sent it to my lawyer, and didn't reply. There's no going back. She lit the match. Update 2, the revenge. The last month has been a slog of legal maneuvering. The four-way meeting with our lawyers was a scene. Qley sat there looking like a victim while her lawyer argued that her non-financial contributions were what allowed me to grow my marital assets. My lawyer, David, simply slid the original deed to the house across the table. The house is not a marital asset. The investment portfolio is not a marital asset. My client's 401k is. We are prepared to divide that and the $38,000 in joint debt. That is our position. It will not change. Qley actually scoffed. This is ridiculous. I decorated that house. I hosted parties there. That makes it mine too. Her lawyer visibly winced. The calls from her mother, Karen, started after that. It was a masterclass in guilt tripping. Mark, how can you do this? You're throwing her into the street with nothing but debt. You have so much. Me? Karen, Qley is the one who wanted the divorce. Her financial situation is a direct result of her spending habits and her decision to end our marriage. That was when I decided to stop playing defense. It was time for my revenge. Not a loud, angry revenge. A quiet, methodical one built on nothing but the truth. We started discovery and subpoenaed the full records for the joint credit cards going back 5 years. I spent a weekend with highlighters and Excel. I categorized every single purchase over $50. Asterisk green, legitimate household expenses, groceries, etc. Asterisk pink, unambiguously Qley's personal spending. The total, $155,000. The list was staggering. Weekly salon appointments, boutique clothing, spontaneous trips with friends, decorating projects that involved buying expensive furniture and then selling it at a loss 6 months later. All of it was paid for by my salary. We presented this new spreadsheet, complete with highlighted credit card statements, to her lawyer. It was almost 300 pages long. Our new offer was this. Asterisk, we will still divide my 401k. Her half is approximately $85,000. Asterisk, however, we are now formally classifying her $155,000 in personal spending as an advance on her share of the marital estate. Asterisk, therefore, she now owes me $70,000 to equalize the distribution. Asterisk, we will waive the $70,000 she owes me if she agrees to assume the full $38,000 in credit card debt and accept zero spousal support. It was checkmate. We weren't asking for anything that wasn't ours. We were simply recontextualizing her spending. It wasn't our lifestyle. It was her lifestyle, funded by me. The money she spent was an asset she had already taken. Her lawyer called ours 2 days later. He said his client felt attacked. David's reply was gold. The numbers don't feel counsel. They just are. Your client wanted an exciting life. It appears she's had one for years on my client's dime. This is the bill. Final update. The sweet sound of consequences. It's been 6 months. The divorce was finalized last week. The quiet in my house is now a peaceful silence. Faced with the prospect of a judge seeing that 300-page document, Qley folded. She took the deal. She accepted responsibility for the full $38,000 in credit card debt and walked away with 0 spousal support and 0 assets from me. Her half of the 401k was immediately swallowed by her legal fees and the debt. The aftermath has been a lesson in consequences. Qley had to move out of Lisa's spare room after Lisa's husband got tired of the drama and Qley's refusal to find a job. She now lives in a small, one-bedroom apartment above a laundromat and works as a hostess at a chain restaurant. The first real job she's had since I met her. A mutual acquaintance who ran into her said she looks tired. She complains to anyone who will listen that I ruined her life. There is 0 self-awareness. Her mother, Karen, tried calling me one last time after the settlement was signed. I hope you're happy, Mark. You destroyed her. I just said, she built the bomb, Karen. I just stood back. The most satisfying part wasn't one single thing. It was the cascade of logical, unavoidable consequences. It was knowing she has to work every night to pay off a credit card bill filled with the ghosts of designer bags and spa days she took for granted. I sold the house, as it held too many memories. I bought a smaller condo downtown, a space that is entirely mine. I painted the living room a deep, exciting blue, a color Qley always said was too much. Last month, I took a solo trip to a rugged, mountainous region, a place she had always vetoed as boring. Standing on a peak, looking out at the vast, beautiful landscape, I felt a sense of peace I hadn't realized I was missing. Qley wanted an exciting life. She got one. She thought better meant more luxury and more ease. She learned that better sometimes just means being on your own. She didn't just lose a husband. She lost a benefactor. She faced the direct, unavoidable consequences of her own choices, and her entitlement was a shield made of tissue paper. That's the most satisfying outcome I could ask for. Time to really move on.